Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. Today we're going to prepare the best team for Game Week 7. Have in mind that this is not going to be my team. Those are players that I want to showcase to you that in my opinion are going to do well in Game Week 7. We're going to prepare 11 players that is going to be your starting 11. The bench is not going to matter as this is the best team and we need to be prepared with 11 players only. After that I'm going to go and showcase to you some differential picks that I think that can boost your rank massively if you're feeling down or if you have to climb up. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to show your appreciation however the hell you want. Be prepared because more FPL and UCL fantasy will be coming your way. Now, with these teams, I tend to start every time the same. I remove every player in my team currently, and then I look at the fixtures and see who is going to make it back and who we can invest on. So, Game Week 7, it's Crystal Palace against Liverpool. Crystal Palace are doing badly, Liverpool are doing okay, so I may look at some Liverpool players. Arsenal Southampton. Southampton hasn't played yet, but Arsenal away at home is going to be difficult for Southampton, so Arsenal players are going to be in contention. Brentford against Wolves. Brentford are playing good football, so I might look at them as well. So now we have three teams ready to be investing on. Bournemouth hasn't played, but Leicester conceded 4 goals, so maybe Bournemouth players is going to be the way to go. Man City, Fulham, Man City of course. West Ham, Ipswich, I'm not willing to bet on any of them in that game, maybe even an Ipswich attacker as West Ham are that bad. Currently, Everton, Newcastle, it's a little bit of a 50-50 fixture FPL wise, so I'm not going to take a look there. Aston Villa, Manchester United, it feels like a pretty competitive game, so not a clear advantage there. Chelsea Forest. I have a Chelsea player in mind that I want to include because it's at home, and Forest have been sound defensively, but they tend to concede a goal. And Brighton Spurs, I believe that we can go for some Spurs attackers as Brighton defense feels in shambles at the moment, but let's see where the budget will lead us as we have to prepare 11 players and it's going to be tough. So to start with, I always return, let me check, do we have a cheaper keeper right now? So 4 million, no, we don't have, so I'm just returning a million keeper and then I go to defenders and I'm going to play in a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3. I will pick the formation when I see the players, but for sure I'm having 3 defenders only and I'm sorting them by price and I'm going to pick the cheapest defenders and that's a 4.0 option. So from the 4.0 option, I tend to go with Reeves, for example, and Okoli from Leicester are players that I tend to take a solid look at. Now for the 4.5, let's see if we have a 4.4 midfielder or a forward that can do the job for now and just fill the space there. Okay, we have 4.4. So let me put, for example, Moder. Do we have a 4.4 forward that can fill the blanks? No. So it's either going to be 4.4 or 4.5. Okay, we're done with filling the bench and I think we saved okay money. The 4 cheapest players are into the squad. Now let's look at probable captain options. And for me, the best captains is going to go for a Manchester City player. They're playing at home. They're playing against Fulham. Yeah, Fulham have been sound defensively, but that's Man City. That's a team that is 2 draws in a row, and I believe that they are going to take a look at. We don't know if Erling Haaland is going to be fit, but I'm going to risk it with him and suggest it to you. And I'm going to restore him into the squad. He's going to be the expensive player that joins the squad, so I believe it's a good way to start the squad with. Next up, we have to take a look at another player just who destroyed the Game Week 6 charts, and whoever didn't own him, that's Cole Palmer. If we sort by total points, Cole Palmer is now at the top, 61 points. Salah close second, but Palmer, oh boy, he played really sound. I know that several chances were given to him, basically, but still I believe that Cole Palmer should be into our lineups. And we have 2 of our expensive guys. Now let's see everything else that we can do. So Liverpool against Palace. Liverpool feel quite the better side compared to Palace right now, and I feel like we can go and bet against Palace, but I want to bet more on Arsenal. I know that they've just conceded 2 goals, but there were some good goals and they were not expected to be conceded. So I'll be looking to invest in Arsenal. Currently, the way to go, in my opinion, is either to pick a solid defender or just go and pick their keeper, as he is way more cheaper than the rest. I'll start with the keeper. If the budget enables, I'll go with someone more expensive because the budget will be tight as 58 million for 6-9 players. Yeah, it's looking ropey. So let's go and pick Raya in. He will save me 0.4 in the bank at least, which might come in handy. Next up, Arsenal attacker. I need to bring in Saka. Like realistically, yeah, it is going to be an expensive midfield, but that's how I like to invest with the team. Now we need to find some hidden gems, and I'm restoring Mbumo, guys. Sorry, but I cannot go without Mbumo. He has been scoring for fun. He's getting the bonus points, left, right, and center, 8 bonus points, already 43 points for that price. It's really solid. Next up, let's see what else we can cook here. So we have someone from Liverpool to bet on, and I suspect a clean sheet coming their way. So in order to save some money, I'm going to go and pick Konate. He's cheap, he's reliable, he just scored a goal, he made an assist last time around. He's doing a pretty solid job and he's not going anywhere. Next up, I'm going to pick a City defender. I'm going to save money with as well. That's Rico Willis. Those two defenders are keeping me off the budget, and now I have 4 players for 25.7. That's a pretty good budget where I can go cheaper as well. So Spurs attack, I don't feel like I can find someone cheap. Liverpool attack as well. Arsenal attack, I don't feel like cheap players are going to come. Brentford might be a shout out. Bournemouth faced Leicester. I don't know how Bournemouth are going to play in game week 6 against Southampton, but I feel like against Leicester they're going to have a lot of opportunities. So I might be tempted to just pick here Semenyo and just forget about that position and be done with it. I believe Wolves have been scoring some serious goals, but Brentford have been solid defensively. I know they've conceded, but I believe they can keep a clean sheet. So for them to keep a clean sheet, we have on Liverpool. Can I fit an attacker from Liverpool? We'll have to check, but for sure I want to bring a defender from Brentford. I believe that Collins is going to do the job. Now I will have money to bring in Solanke, who for me is going to be detrimental for Spurs' good form. And I have 8 million now, so can I find a 5.7 forward that is going to do well, or just I go for someone expensive in attack? So who we have in attacking position? Let's see. So we go to forwards and we sort by price. So we have Havertz, who is too expensive for the liking. Then we have Jackson, who we already own. Palmer, Solanke, Mateta, no. So the forward is looking a little bit questionable. If we go down, Evan Nilsson is cheaper. Cunha, no. Calvert-Lewin, no. Muniz, no. Currently, Vardy is a guy to look at, honestly. Like, I feel quite tempted to go with Vardy. As Bournemouth as well, they can score. I think Vardy can score as well. I can go with Wood, but he faces Chelsea. It's not that easy of a fixture run. I can go for Liam Delap and just forget about it and just replace Semenyo with someone else. Am I tempted to do so? So from the forwards here, I'm not quite interested. So I can do another thing. I can pick the cheap forward here and just pick the cheapest one, this guy, and remove Moder. And I have 7.9 in the bank. So that 7.9 is going to be a midfielder sorted by price. I cannot reach Luis Diaz. Madison is on the cards. Bowen faces Ipswich, to be fair, but I don't like the way it goes there. So I will be 0.1 off of that team. How can I make it possible? So Everton against Newcastle, not for me. Uh, hmm. Interesting to say the least. So we have Palmer, we have Konate. Can I save money from somewhere? if I go Timber instead of Collins, so if I go Timber here, and here we go for Flecken, who's 4.5, and then we go to Luis Diaz, who didn't score against Wolves but played alrightish. And now I have a really solid squad. I don't know what you think about it, guys, but I have Haaland, Saka, Palmer, and then Mbeumo as penalty takers. I have solid defenders. I know that Timber seems a little bit risky, but it's for a 1 week punt. And Arsenal defender, for me, he is going to do the job there as until Ben White returns. And even if he returns, Timber can play in a lot of positions. Like, let's see how these teams look on paper. So here we go with Flecken. Here we go with Timber. Here we go with Konate. And here we pick Rick Willis. I know that he didn't do well against Newcastle, but yeah, you cannot do well in every game. So Palmer is here. Here is Semenyo. And the last guy is Diaz. This guy is Swanke. This guy is Okole. This guy is Greaves. For now, it doesn't matter who it is. And this guy is this one. Okay. So by the looks of it, with Haaland captaincy, this lineups look strong, guys. I don't know what you think about it, but we have a lot of good fixtures, a lot of great players. We can always drop Solanke to someone else and Luis Diaz to be rotated. But honestly, I feel quite tempted to like this squad. Like, I have too many expensive players for my personal liking. I don't know. I don't own defenders like Trent, like Gabriel, who I think are way better maybe to be invested in. Maybe if I drop down Luis Diaz and increase to them, and then just pick someone cheaper, it's going to be better. But I want to have players to attack the fixture, not the fixtures, but the games. And I think Luis Diaz is going to have a good day. So yeah, I think that's a good lineup for a best team. Palmer destroying the league in game week 6, basically 4 goals, amazing performance. And Mbeumo scoring, Saka doing well, Luis Diaz blanked, but he was okay. Haaland against Fulham is going to be good. Konate, Timber, Fleck and Lewis. I like this draft. I don't know what you think about it, but please let me know in the comment section. Now let's try and find some differentials. I'm going to remove everyone from this squad, and I'm going to prepare 15 differential players that you can put into your squad and increase your rank. Most probably, most of the players that you see here are not going to make it, as we will be looking at under 10%. It's not going to matter the price, it's just players that are good and are differential. So team selected by Ederson, Pickford, Pope. Pope can be a shout out against Everton, why not? And who else? So Arsenal, no. Brentford had more expensive Vicario, but no, they're scoring. Interesting to find. Maybe Muric. Yeah, I can suggest Muric. He's great. He's doing well, and for 4.4, you cannot do very wrong there. Bournemouth keeper might be a great shout out as Kepa, but yeah, I don't quite fancy it. So let's go for Muric as second option. Now going into defenders. The Wall no, Romero no, Harwood no, Konate in immediately. I think he's a good shout out. Brighton defense is a no-go for me. Aina, I will keep recommending as he's playing really good football. Greaves, Akanji. Akanji is good. Akanji is now playing into a deep lying position, like in a midfield position, so he can be getting into some great opportunities for the price that he is. Next up, Mikulenko, Taylor, no. Livramento might be a shout out if Trippier is injured, so I will put Livramento in. And I can go with Leaf Davis. I like, oh no, Timber, yeah. Timber can be a real cheat into the Arsenal squad as he is getting some assists and he has been performing alright. It's first assist of the season, but he has played a lot of minutes in every game bar the first one. So yeah, I quite like that. Going into midfielders, here is going to be tricky, I believe. But I would recommend Bowen. Like, this guy has been solid FPL options for years, so he's good. Madison, immediately recommended. I like him a lot. If we go to the second page, Martinelli seemingly find his way back to form, so I would suggest Martinelli for a shorter span of fixtures. Dibling is a guy that I would suggest. I know that he faces Arsenal next week, but yeah, for a 4.5 option, you cannot go a lot better. And someone else that I would like to take a look at. We're now down to some seriously low numbers, so it's going to be a real differential if you go for it. Mavididi next week faces Bournemouth. Yeah, Mavididi can be a great shout out. So let me give you Mavididi as an option. Sinistera, Casemiro, Gundogan. No, it's not looking like Tavernier is an option. But if you missed game week 6, game week 7, and after that, it's not good for a while. So yeah, I would be quite hesitant. And going into the forwards list, I think here it's going to be easy. Swanke immediately in. Most probably Mateta is a great shout out. And where is Warsen? Even though they face Brentford, no, I'm not going to go for him. Mateta against Liverpool, not the best shout out from myself as well. So, it's turning more difficult than expected. Tewap is a good shout out. And Evan Nilsson, yes. Those are going to be the guys that I think are good for differential. So this is the differential team. Basically, no one from the... Oh no, Solanke is here. And Timber and Kunate. But everyone else is different. So yeah, it's not good to go against the template currently. Especially in the next week if you feel like maybe Kunate, maybe Timber, maybe Solanke is a great shout out. But everything else, I prefer it to be more of a template players. Like, they're doing well for a reason. So yeah, here's the team that I would recommend as the best for next week. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. All the comments are very much appreciated, being positive or negative. I would like to hear it from you guys. So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you enjoy, support the channel however you want and however you find possible. Please keep coming to the videos because we're growing a very good community and I think we're having a lot of fun, even though the last several weeks were not funny in FPL, but we learn from our mistakes and we keep going forward. Tomorrow and Tuesday's videos are going to be UCL Fantasy, so for my UCL Fantasy fans and viewers, we're going to talk a lot about European teams and how they played during week in the next couple of days, and I'll try my best to have a deadline stream for UCL Fantasy. Thank you for tuning in, and after that we'll be right back onto the FPL world. Thank you once again, guys, and I hope to see you soon with more FPL and UCL Fantasy content. But for now, I'll be heading out. Bye!